Welcome to the PAES Lab. This is the 9th PAES Lab training video. In this video, we will show you a few best practices in recording and entering assessment data, and how to avoid some common mistakes. Assessments are only as valuable as their data is accurate. It's essential then, when assigning scores and entering them in the PAES scoring software, that you follow designated procedures. Assessment data should be assigned properly using the PAES scoring guide, recorded properly on the PAES data collection forms, entered properly in the PAES scoring software, and finally, interpreted properly. Here are some tips for entering data accurately. When you are still familiarizing yourself with the PAES scoring software, enter scores once a week to recognize common scoring mistakes. Once you are more familiar with potential scoring errors and the proper scoring method, enter scores at a rate that works best for you. Don't wait too long to enter scores in the scoring software, as they can pile up. Avoid these common scoring errors. A PAES quality score cannot be more than 1 if the final number of trials is 1. After all, the only time a job can be performed successfully in one trial is if it's been performed successfully on the first trial. Likewise, if mistakes were made on the first attempt, but the job was then performed successfully, there must have been at least one additional trial. If the assistant's score is 4, then the quality and number of trial scores must be greater than 1. Remember, when providing guided practice, quality and trial scores must be greater than 1. In guided practice, employees make several trials and errors throughout the guided practice. These trials and errors need to be accounted for when assigning scores. If you make any of these errors while entering scores, they will be caught by the scoring software. When the program catches an error, you must correct the error before moving on. However, you can't rely entirely on the scoring software to catch every error. Here are several errors the software won't detect. The program won't detect any errors made in data collection. For instance, supervisors not recording assistance they provide, or scores being recorded in the wrong place in the data collection booklet. The program won't detect if an employee's scores are entered under a different employee's digital profile, or if a job wasn't actually completed correctly, but was marked as such. Finally, interpreting the data correctly is essential to an accurate assessment. Here are 7 questions you should review when interpreting data. Have you considered the assessment results in the context of the entire assessment process? Have you considered what you've learned about the employee from the PAES Lab experience? Did the employee have an opportunity to attempt each Level 1 baseline job? Did the employee have an opportunity to attempt higher level jobs in units in which they demonstrated strength? Did the employee work in a different PAES component each day? What accommodations or modifications did they need? Are those accommodations and modifications recorded in the scoring software? Now that we've reviewed best practices for recording and entering assessment results accurately, let's review. Most scoring errors are detected by the scoring software, but some are not. Be particularly careful when recording scores in the data collection booklet to make sure you are recording them in the right place and that you are recording the correct scores. In the next video, we will introduce you to the PAES Performance Summary Report. Thanks.